the last tribe on Earth to use what some believe is the most ancient hunting technique of all.
That was the Sand People of the Kalahari Desert in Africa, who used the most ancient yet the most terrifying hunting technique that was passed down to us by our ancestors. Now, we all know that every single animal has adaptations that have allowed them to survive to the modern day. For instance, we all know that cheetahs are the fastest land mammal on Earth. Sharks have a limitless supply of teeth that they use to tear their prey apart. But what about humans? Now, I know what you're saying. Our brains, obviously. Easily, we are the smartest creatures on the planet. But, be that as it may, if I was to plop any one of us in the middle of Africa and told you to survive, regardless of how smart you are, how many PhDs you got, you're probably not going to make it. So what other adaptations besides our intelligence gave humans the edge over animals, and more specifically, our prey? Running. Human beings are easily the best long-distance runners in the entire world. Now, this is due to a few different reasons. Number one, the ability to sweat. Now, short of monkeys, apes, hippos, and horses, human beings are the only creatures that can actually sweat, which allows us to cool as we run. And also, being bipedal, our tendons and our muscles have adapted to, when we hit the ground, kind of spring forward, something that four-legged animals just don't have. So how do we use this adaptation? It is called persistence hunting. We would literally run our prey down. Now, in unison with our brains, what humans would do would get up, find a prey, and literally run it to exhaustion. They would run, the animal would get tired, and then we would catch up. It would run, it would get tired, and we would catch up. And we'd repeat this process for sometimes up to 8 to 12 hours before an animal would ultimately fall to exhaustion, allowing us to go in for the kill. This is actually best demonstrated by the Sand People of the Kalahari in Africa, who still use persistence hunting up until the last decade. And from a prey's perspective, how absolutely terrifying must that be? With the ability to track and find hiding places and know the layout of the land, there was literally no escape. They would just run and run and run. And no matter how far you ran, you were never going to escape.
Then the kudu collapses from sheer exhaustion.